Okay, so I think I'm live. So I just wanted to do a meditation healing session because this is just my only approach to returning a favor to the enemy. So I'm going to call this holistic hacking. And basically, the first thing that I wanted to do was not lay down and go to sleep. Because I think things were telling me go to sleep and stay asleep. So no, I'm going to actually do a healing meditation session. And you guys can join me, all right, if you want, or you can watch. I opened up a can of worms today. I'm feeling much more inspired now because I owned my truth and I took my own accountability, and that's really all that matters. Is I owned it, and that's all you can really do in life. So it just kind of sucks how Joanne, hi Joanne. Joanne, you always know, like, I'm always in the middle of drama, right? I'm doing much better. I feel good. Yeah. So a lot of the posts, they're gonna go up and they're gonna go away because, you know. So this is holistic hacking. I'm for anybody who might feel yucky. This is just kind of what I want to do. No, I'm not drinking or I'm trying not to drink anything cold. I'm just drinking room temperature water. So underneath my cabinet is like 5 bottles of water, and so it's keeping the water warm. And what I realized, I was using the tap water when I was making my tea and boiling it, and so that's kind of what I assumed what happened was I should have used distilled water for my tea that was going to my body. So that was kind of my observation, because when we can all have so many theories on how you get it, but let's be honest, like, water is the collector and the purifier of everything. So if you guys are making boiled tea, use distilled water, or actually, I'm sorry, spring water, because spring water is the most natural. Oh, this was from the EKG that I had taken today. You know, what's interesting is I cheated death, really, to be quite honest with everybody. I just, my body was, and I think that's why I was getting all the panic attacks, because they were, I guess it was like my body was having heart issues, because I've been doing so much exercise and cardio, and empathetically, like what I'm doing with this healing session too. There's so much energy so I kind of want to shift the focus on something more enlightening. But you guys can probably tell how it was this morning, and now I'm fine. And there's so much paparazzi outside. Oh my gosh. All right, so one thing that I realized was I collect stones, and people actually, hi Lisa. So I collect stones. Let me turn on the fan. I collect stones. So one thing I realized about stones, there's negative ions. It's in science, people. I'm not making it up. But what I realized was I was breaking this piece of crap and you guys see I'm sweating, which is good. When I started seeing my stones decalcify, meaning they were melting and sweating. So when they were sweating, it was sort of like they absorbed what was in the home. And so that's why there's magic with these things. Like, it's really cool that, hey, thanks Jerry for coming by, yay. Yeah, so this is amethyst, and this is a honey calcite. These are raw. They're like excavated, and people gave them to me. So we have happiness and joy with one. And what's fascinating is this is by my TV, and I'm always laughing at the TV because I watch a lot of Hulu. This one is always at the window because there's a lot of people who pass back here. So I usually put this back here. These aren't like, people have a misconception of stones. They always think that like, oh, P.S., this is frankincense that I'm burning. So you guys are probably wondering how I bounced back. Stones are awesome. And you guys can ask me questions as I'm doing this live. I actually have no shame in talking to everybody. I just think that people don't, no one knows what was really going on or what's happening. I just know when it came to moi, I was like, nope. I can't leave my mama. Anyway, so I noticed my salt rock, Himalayan salt rock, this was actually decalcifying. So there was sweat here too. So when I realized these were sweating, I paid attention to, I'm trying to say this in a proper way. I started to realize they were doing the work for me. So it made me do half the work. That's why I love raw stones. Sage, I'm constantly burning this in the air and keeping it dry. So first I wanted to open up this book of grace, and I want to go with today. And it's not a church thing, by the way. This is just more of an outlook of life and love. And y'all, I don't know, you're just looking at a miracle. I don't know. I'm such a crazy gypsy. It's like I knocked on the door and Jesus was like, not today. It's kind of interesting too. You get to a point where you're like, here's an opportunity where I can surrender, or I could manifest, or choose to stay. And I think a lot of people look at it as, who did you sleep with? Who were you making out with? And that's not the case. It doesn't happen like, well, it could, but I don't know. I'm just saying that asymptomatic, basically, it just stayed in the culture. It didn't get to the bloodstream. It didn't get to, so basically the antibodies got it here before it went down. So that's a good thing. And the indicator was the panic disorder. The panic attack was the indicator of go get help now. So this is funny because there's this card deck that I have, and it's by Doreen Virtue, who's like she's a motivational speaker. And one of the cards said, look, ask your body for a message. And so that's when I started connecting the dots and going, wow, I think I wonder why, because doctors always assume that you're doing things on the street, don't want to help you. Okay, anyway, so we're at May. Today's the 8th, right? Too many live purposeless lives, passing through life with superficial goals. But this type of life cannot bring real satisfaction. Real joy and fulfillment comes from having a goal within yourself. And in this reference, it says, if you are in the Christ movement, it'll say, and that life pleases Christ. And if you guys see that there's an oil on my forehead, that's what my grandma used to do. So she used to take the olive oil, and the reasoning of that is it's a metaphor. This is kind of like what I've been saying before. Our pineal glands are inside of our brain, And the pineal gland, kind of like how I was explaining the stones, it decalcifies, it's melting. So when it get all sweaty, that's called the melanin. So that stuff, melanin, it helps like your eyes fight everything coming at them. Melanin allows you to cry. It allows you to produce melatonin so you can go to sleep. And that's the time that it moves. In yoga, they call this kundalini. So the melanin is traveling down the spine and it's going back up. And so in the New Age movement, everyone's talking about the ascension. And the ascension is basically saying, it's all over the place, but I figured it out. Ascension just means that the oil from our pineal gland, which is also called the christening, which is why the church does the cross on the forehead, is to symbolize this thing going down the spine and it's traveling back up. This is when you accomplish a full life circle, a full life karmic cycle, a completed karmic cycle. I don't know if this makes any sense to you guys, but I just felt like I had to just open up the gates and let's go there. So in reference to what it says about Christ, it just says, if you live for Christ, he will be alive in you and you will know the ecstasy, of life poured out before God as a thank offering. So basically, like what you put out is coming back. Accept the gift of himself in your life and allow him to live, though. Anyways, let's just move on. So, just for fun, I'm going to pull a card for everybody. It's going to be for everybody. And I like this because these are not tarot cards. They don't read the future. They just give you, like, motivational speeches. I chose not to be in the victim mentality today. I chose not to lay down and feel miserable. I just said, look, let me just grieve for 3 hours. Let me just pour all of my affliction out. I've done some things and I felt released from all of it today. Like that cry, you guys, was so, like you guys saw, it was so good. It was like, I never cried like that before. So it just felt good. It felt so good. But that release actually made me feel better. So, all right, so this is how we do it. We flip around the cards. Oh, Lord. So the ones that fail, so many. The ones that fail, I read off because that tells me that my environment is trying to tell me something. Get the first card. Home help. So, my dad is amazing because he gave me the best speech today of my whole entire life. And my dad said, you are in the best place because you're in your sanctuary. And in your sanctuary is where you're going to heal and fix everything. And I didn't think about that. I was going out to fix everyone, and I was thinking too much out of the box for everything. And I was doing too much for everything. Why are you laughing, bish? But no, it's the truth though. Like, I was doing too much of that it took his speech to remind me that in my home, my own sanctuary, I can heal myself, or we all can heal ourselves, but we just have to have our own way of doing stuff. All right, so the next card shows have faith. If you're just tuning in, I just was dealing these and they fell out of nowhere. And so have faith. And the card says, Dear Jesus, thank you for boosting my faith so that I may trust in miracles. It is what it is. There's no one way to... Okay, I'm back. Yay! Paparazzi. So you guys know they are going to be doing that to make sure that I know to stay indoors. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. change physicians. So that one came up too. Change physicians. It's time to get a different doctor. And that's what I've been trying to do for years, was figure out what the hell. I'm waiting for more people to join the chat. I just want to see if I'm live. Am I live? Hell to no. Let me come back. Am I back? I think I'm back. Ralph, I don't know what you said. I'm gonna message you after this. Okay, my live is back. Yay. Okay, so change positions was my last card. It's some y'all, like, you guys see how like my live broadcast has been interrupted. They need to stop messing with me. All right, next card, improving health. I forget what that was. Improving health. It is what it is. Alternative medicine. That's what I'm doing right now. This is actually what helps me resonate with what I internally feel. It's like my inner crazy, but I can make sense of it. So alternative medicine. You guys see I'm burning frankincense. As soon as I knew that I was in a perspective of danger, it's kind of like you can't be prepared for anything until it happens. So I would have never expected in a million years that I would say something and then now have to own my shit for saying it. So my life is forever changed this morning, and it just kind of sucks. But at the same time, thank you guys for not being judgmental. But I know the benefits of frankincense, so, and I know the benefits of lavender, so that's what's here. And I know the benefits of sage as well, so I'm just trying to like hotbox. Just be funny. I'm trying to hotbox this. Ouch. Ow, ow, ow. Since I have to keep the doors closed. And that's another thing. People sometimes have the draft of their doors at night coming through. So that's another thing to be mindful of, is close your door. All right, so the next one is, well, not anytime soon, but massage. Hydration. These cards just came out of nowhere. Leave stressful situations behind. See how like my sanctuary is talking to me? Because I can give two flying, what's about what's going on out there, right? Hi, Corey. This is really important. Children. So I think maybe it's time to make a coloring book, Aaron, and explain to children like how to talk to your rocks. This one is a shoot. What is it called? What's that battery? Oh darn! I forgot the battery. But this is I can't remember what it's called. I'll remember later. But this one is, thank you, Kareem. I'm putting off a front though right now. I just felt like I'm not gonna be a victim of this. This is not. I know. You ain't taking Bonquisha down. But literally, it was like a choice of, do I want to say something versus you have to say something. And I think it sucked because if you don't say something, then you're more accountable later. And if you just be upfront now about it, you're protecting everyone else. You're saving everyone else. And I don't know. We're human, but it just sucks that it's always like the good guys who get thrown into the fire. You know, it's just that's Pandora's box, and that's how I understand when I'm speaking truth or conspiracy theories. I get so much crap because that's what happens. You open Pandora's box. All right, acceptance. So I, Aaron Davis, accept you guys all. And if you guys ever going through something, if you feel anything, you know, go to the ER right away. They're saying right now to that if you yeah, see, the thing is, Kareem, the narrative is trying to say it's African Americans that are doing it, and the thing about it is, we are not from Africa. We're not. We were migrated from the kingdom of Judah to the kingdom of Beersheba, and then we were separated there and made into slaves because we had the power to melanate ourselves. Because I was talking about this earlier, the fact that we could die and resurrect as a process. And I think that was kind of an example today that I was in a weird thought process of I could hold on if I just think about my pineal gland. You guys have to do a lot of homework to know this stuff. But I think I wanted to start doing this holistic hacking because it's sort of like my avenue and I understand it very well. And I accept myself. Just know I am sober. I am sane. And I love myself. Inner authority. This is one I usually talk about. We have to own that inner authority. So, yeah, we might F up. Yeah, we may not be perfect. You know, for me, I think the obvious thing was I shouldn't have been out hiking. I shouldn't have been, dang, frankincense. I shouldn't have blah, 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 blah. That all creates so much distortion, and I can't think of that right now. It doesn't hit me. So, inner authority, basically, I have to own my shit. Yeah, of course I love myself, Stephanie. I love myself even more because it was sort of like it's not like I was in a dark place, but when you're alone, there's just some things that, like, it's weird how, for me, loneliness and darkness were sort of parallel, but then it was helping people. And that's the weird thing about it. It was like collecting the affliction from people, and I was going through it on their behalf. So that's kind of how I saw this situation, was like, Aaron, you need to not blame yourself. I think I was going through it because everybody around me was curious of questions in general. And because I know I'm the strongest person that I know, besides my grandma, I'm a mom, I know that reality, consciousness put me in this situation. So, own your shit. And caffeine free. This was the last card that just fell out. And so, if you guys know that this COVID thing, the real deal is that I guess the best information will come from somebody who went through it. So it was very quick. It was very scary because you don't know, but you kind of know at the same time. And see, but that dark space, it never leaves us. That's the thing, like, darkness and evil are not the same. That's why I always tell people, please, y'all don't get mad. That's what I tell you guys about Mr. T. Someone abuses darkness and their power to make you think and causes a frequency because you automatically respond. I just lost like 5 people. That word trigger. But then also, I see darkness as not the same as evil, because we always we need darkness to advance our light, or to find something, we have to shine light on it. And we all been put here on this earth to figure out why the hell are we here. Okay. Oh shoot, I forgot that this is the one for like anti-depression, anti-anxiety. It's a battery. It's the name of the battery. I can't think right now. All right, so the next section, what I want to do is, this is just a meditation. So you can either just watch me or you can join. So I'm just going to basically take 1 minute to breathe slowly in and then slowly out. And then I'm going to do one more through my mouth. So what this is doing is it's eliminating the CO2 out of my lungs. But don't worry, because the air that's being humidified. This is what I like about incense and frankincense and sage and whatnot, because you don't need Lysol spray if you're constantly smudging this stuff, is what we call it. So that's just the way I act. And you guys see like how I bounce back very quickly, which is strange. So I have a copper bracelet. Copper helps eliminate a lot of these infrared stuff, like when your TV's off and the red light is poking out. So this actually helps your cell production, like your red blood cells. It helps them function without interruption. So I'm gonna put this on during my meditation. And what's fascinating, my friend Joanne, she asked me earlier, why do I still have these things on? They look like nipples, except they don't irritate you. I'm actually gonna leave them on because I think like I'm just weird. I just think in my mind, if our bodies are electric and we put out electricity, what comes back will probably fix whatever's off. So I'm just on a theory. I really can't explain it. Sorry, science, but my weirdness is my science. Weird science. I am not blazing. Get your life. I'm burning frankincense. I'm actually trying to kill off the rest of what is in my throat. And fortunately, it stopped right here. I can breathe and there's nothing. So when they say short breath, it's mostly when you're moving fast and you feel like you're in a faint. You have to tell yourself, like I literally have to curse. Like, I'm sorry, you guys, I've been cursing way too much. And I'm teaching my mom how to do it. But I was like, bitch, you ain't going nowhere. And that was like my mantra as I was in the hospital bed. Bitch, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't going nowhere. And also too, 4 years ago, my bestie, my best friend, he had pneumonia, and I witnessed how his death, his passing, his celebration day, how I was there when it happened, and he left when I turned my back. So it's sort of like full circle where I didn't grieve him, and it put me through a whole issue. I am still alive. The devil can't take me down. Devil's gonna take me down. Okay, so we're gonna do like a little quick meditation. So if you guys just wanna, it's gonna be through the nose, one, and exhale out the mouth, and then one more in the mouth, and then we're gonna eliminate the CO2. So what I'm trying to do is, the holistic hacking is I'm trying to figure out how could I find this nasty effer, and how could I like literally how can I hack it, and with my own body, with my own intuition, my electricity in my body, how can I yes, dog, wolf. All right, so here we go. Wee. Is my music going? P.S. I'm gonna talk about something very serious after this because. All right, here we go. So inhale through your nose, out your mouth, and you guys are helping me heal myself too by doing this. In your mouth, out your mouth. In your nose, out your mouth, in your mouth, out your mouth. Shear the fire hydrant. In your nose, out your mouth, in your mouth. This last one, this is really because we want to find where it is and get rid of it. Wow. Thank you guys. Whoa, it feels kind of weird, huh? Aren't you guys like, hey? That's the body eliminating the toxins that the lungs had saved you from. So if you guys find yourself a little bit lightheaded, just stay seated on the ground or grab some water. But that's pranayama. It's like, for me, it's like a reverse polarity pranayama, where we would either, but because I had a serious, I shouldn't have done that. Because my heart did a lot of work yesterday, I cannot do anything to agitate. So that's the thing about it is the whole viral thing is over. It's just now assessing to not have heart failure. That's kind of scary, but thank dance, y'all. Like, ugh. I'm just tripping because like I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here doing this live if there was one single thing out of my life that, even like there was one thing that I said, oh, I shouldn't have done that. So yesterday, it was just kind of funny because I knew that this panic disorder was not going to go away, and it felt like my heart was ready to go to the next level. It felt like a DMT trip, like an ashwagandha, what do they call that? Ayahuasca. It felt like, I never did it, but from what I heard, is that these people have been having these like trip outs, and that's how I thought the C word was legit, because it was. See, I'm getting hiccups. That's good. I'm getting it. Whatchamacallit? It allows you to kind of, you're hallucinogenic. That's how I know this is man-made. Fuck them. Hi, Camellia. I'm alive. And Camellia, I'm sorry. I apologize. You were right. I'm just saying. But this biatch bounced back. If you missed the whole live stream I did, I just what we do in the, I guess, the spiritual realm, or like the freewheelers. But the thing about it, because my grandmother taught us well scripture, I have a loophole to kind of align the two respectfully, respecting everything. And then I had these cards that someone gave me as like aspiration. So I'll read these off again one more time. There was the inner authority, caffeine free, so don't agitate the heart. No caffeine. Acceptance. So acceptance to me would be, I hate to be vulgar. I had to say F everything outside right now, because there are things, ghetto birds over the building. I'm sure, what's it called? Nextdoor.com is going to report it. It's a public record. So it's out of my hands, and I thought, like, shoot, I'm going to have to move. But then, like, I can't. So it's just a jack up situation. But yeah, you're right. Camellia says it's not about right and wrong. It's really trying to bring light to situations, and I know everybody's trying to do that. And I think the missing piece, the missing element, is that what this side is saying and what this side is doing, they're not matching. But if you guys look at it as everybody's making an effort to do this, it's called Fibonacci sequence. We spiral up, but it has to go out of alignment to I don't know how to really say this. It has, like, like basketball, you have to stay in the bounds, right? And if you dribble out of bounds, you got to pause the game, and you got to pull it back, and then you got to start from where you were. So that's kind of how I see it. Hey Jasper, free throw. Psh. What else? You guys can ask me anything. I'm actually being very transparent. I felt like my mom said, do not say anything on Facebook. Don't go on social media. But I just said, you know what? I have to bring light to a curiosity that I personally wanted to know. And I think I attracted that to myself unconsequently. I don't know how the universe works like that, but she tried me, and I am so humbled. The thing is, I just have to, dang, y'all, it's hard. It's hard because my brother passed of a heart attack, and then it just made me think, like, it just makes you think, like, the whole theory of numbers, it's not since March. It's not since March. And I don't want to go too much into all this C talk. This is about my aura. But long story short, what really happened with my brother, he was vaping. And I think it was the high level of vitamin E, because that's what I did with the research. But I wasn't able to talk about it then because it was investigated as like a criminal investigation, and I didn't know that. Like, all this is just a lot of stuff that, like, I didn't talk about it because they were all legal stuff that we have to wait. And then now people are tripping, so now I'm gonna talk about it. But long story short, my brother was vaping, and when people talk about, oh, weed this and sativa that, I'm like, no, because weed, too much of it gives you a psychosis effect. And if you guys follow what I was saying earlier with the melanin in your pineal gland in your brain, if you smoke so much weed, it actually will slow your melanin. This will prevent this Christ oil, what they call it, in your brain. It will prevent it from traveling down your spine and going back up. It's called sacred science. That's just how it goes. I didn't make it up. But I'm trying to connect the dots, because I think people think religion is it's like make-believe. But then there's no theology that actually ushers it into something that's actually tangible, So I think I'm going to cross the line with that one. I have to, because this whole situation just really provoked me to say, Aaron, you got to start. Like, you got to start being in your path. I want to share with you guys, I have selenite, and I have selenite on my wrist too. So selenite is a really good element because it actually, when you keep it on, it actually turns your wrist dark. The minerals from the element of this, like, it's a rock. So the minerals actually go through your pores, and they actually work with your bloodstream. So I thank goodness Amazon and that stimulus check, y'all. This is the first thing I bought with my stimulus check, was selenite. And my earrings are selenite. So these are things that I'm just like, okay, cool, I got holistic hacking down. But one thing that I think made me susceptible to, because some people think that it was me doing things with people, and that wasn't it. What happened was I was using these manufactured holistics. So this is like hemp extract, right? And I forgot that, and I'm trying to reflect on my brother's situation too, respectfully. If he vapes THC and the levels raised his blood pressure, um, CBD is opposite of that. So that could decline the blood pressure. But if you have vitamin D deficiency, that's the issue, because I don't think we figured out what the deficiency is with anyways, you guys know what I'm talking about. But CBD, I was putting this under my tongue for a while, and I think the culture of it over time, I'm just going on a theory, and the hot tea I was making, I was using the tap water. So you have a sponge collecting crap, and there's fluoride in the water. So I kind of I felt better when I boiled spring water, and I drank that with honey. I bounced back like boing. Hi Gita, thank you. And then the second thing I thought made me vulnerable. Yesterday I bought this. It's an actual inhaler. I kind of like it though. Not like that, y'all. But I realized there are things that you don't realize. Like if someone this is just an example. Someone demonstrates this, and you go, "Oh, like I just basically put my nose on their nose." And so I think something like that occurred in the last 24 hours. Not saying that it was with this, but when I bought this, it made me think like, oh, I must have exchanged something with somebody where it was like mucus and mucus. And I just thank goodness that it got trapped in the culture. Thank you, Steve. And all the crows are outside. That's scary. Yeah, so I bounced back. So I think this is a holistic approach to life. It's an experiment, something that we really don't know. But I think when you have faith and you just say, who cares? I'm just going to be crazy in my own sanctuary as long as I can pull it back and be, thank you. I feel better already. I wanted to sleep, but I'm too scared to go to sleep. So I'm trying to just eat more, watch a little TV, laugh, and then I told all my friends. This is a beautiful thing too. There's a lot of people who I haven't seen in a while. They're in my life again, and there's people actually meeting other people, and so I really thank everybody for that. The hard thing is like I had to figure out. This is the sucky part. Asking favors. Like I have to ask someone to. It's gonna be so difficult to get groceries. I need someone to just do one drop off, and I have to literally expand that drop off in a span of a week, without bothering everybody. So I think that was the weight that I afflicted on. I love my common law neighbor. I love him, and I just think that I feel a little bit guilty because what happens is someone may feel like you brought it, and that's where the discrimination of this whole thing is going to be very nasty when things go back to normal. So I'm going to try to call the Capitol tomorrow. Oh yes, like Bonquisha going to call Sacramento. I'm going to ask for, what's his face? Newton. Gavin. There's so many people that have been going around my apartment, and it's so sad. I don't subscribe to it. I can't subscribe to it. I just know everybody is going through hell. And it was all from one person to touch something. But then the thing is, I have an immune dysfunction. So it was going to happen either way. It was going to happen next month or next week. It just, when you have, like, let's say Crohn's disease, Graves, or even lupus, like you have good days and bad days. And when your bad days are here, everything hits your body. So I'm grateful that my body chose the anxiety to tell me that you need to leave your house. It's weird because I always was hating on anxiety. Like, damn, anxiety, you get on my nerves. Thank you, Stephanie. Oh, yeah, that's right. You work in a, oh, no, yeah. Well, if anybody wants to drop off anything, yeah, I can Cash App people, or I can Venmo, but literally, like, I can't open these doors for 2 weeks. That's the weird part. That's kind of creepy and scary. Like, I could just... Now you guys have a witness of the situation. Because we heard so much about it on TV, and then we thought, oh, this shit is fake. And then guess what? It's not. So it's just unfortunate that... it sucks, though, because people were arguing with me last week about you're just playing a victim. And I'm like, did she choose to be... She did not choose to be a victim. Like, the scenario chose me to survive and conquer. And I think that's what people get wrong, is they might be a victim of something that pisses them off all the time. However, the self-reflection, the person who's reflecting an answer is saying that, look, y'all, stop doing that to yourself. Anyways, I'm talking way too much. Any questions that you guys have before I let you go? That's one thing I'm gonna have to like deal with. And anyways, it's people saying stuff at the door because they piss. And the thing about it is, they think that it's that I slept around with people, and that's where I'm like, you know what? So I'd rather just go right into the white meat and the truth. No more of this beating around the bush and cookie cutting. It was when I bought this yesterday, I realized it was only a few hours before that I got this, that I recognized what I touched, and it went to my nose, and that person's nose was on it. And it was just the kind of like, what's a good example? Let's say like somebody has a sanitizing spray at the store, right? Because everyone knows that I went to the store almost every day. If I have a sanitizer bottle and I do this, the proximity of this, or even, you know how dogs, when they spray, we do that, but ours is electric because our bodies are electric, right? And even just touching it, even just the sweat glands from us touching something, we go to the store, we pick it up. Someone else already touched this. We smell it. Like, we just, you know, so I'm just trying to put a perspective that get out of the ratchet mindset and the thought process and get into the higher truth of it. Ooh, this was good. And so you guys realize why, I hate to do this to you guys. So you realize why somebody said drink bleach, right? Because there are zero answers. There's no treatment. There's nothing that anybody in science have found what can fix this accident. That's why I was just laughing, and I joked about it. Because it's just someone had just, like, it's like me, but a white version of me with a weird hairdo and a weird fish. Like, that's how I see Mr. T. I call him my zaddy. I just poke fun. I have to poke fun because it's just, you cannot take that serious. So anyways, I realized that there's a lot of me in a lot of people. Even the worst people, there's a lot of myself in there. So I usually try not to judge when I see an action of somebody that reflects kind of like the way that I act. He just is just a white man, but whoa. Don't open the door. jaw look. My door open. Ooh. Ooh. I don't want poltergeist. God. I have to be in this home. Maybe there's an angel. The door has opened. I forgot what I'm talking about. I almost had a heart attack. Oh. All right, let's do this. And then I'm gonna let you guys go. There's so much going on. People are so paranoid and scared. And I have to like find a loophole to like show people. I have to show the world. This is like, I have to do this now to show the world that you can hack this. You can bounce back. It just, what frightened me was that the nurses made a line at the door of the room I was in, and they slid it closed, and they had a conversation, and I was just like, oh dang, they waiting for me to flatline, because that's basically what they had. Because the way my heart rate was going and my blood pressure, everything was ready to just. But the power of thought and what I was thinking in my mind was like, this fucking sucks. This sucks really bad. But I don't want to go. I want to stay. Anyways. Selenite. I put that in here. I forgot what is this called? Anyway, I would put that in there too, but selenite helps the body heal. So I'm gonna ding my sound bowl. And the ringing of that in my mind, I'm just trying to go right where I think I know where this sucker is. I'm just grateful that it didn't go down into the lungs. It didn't. But this thing is scary. It literally was like, it just went right for the heart. So that's why I think the C word is the Antichrist, in my opinion. It attacked quickly. And it's not a long process. I think that's where the news and the media has it wrong. Because they don't know they didn't have it. So now I'm a forefront and I guess a celebrity, but I really don't want to expose myself like that. But amongst my friends, I can say that I lost my train of thought. I talk too damn much. Anyway, but you guys get what I'm saying. Hey, Boonith. How are you, buddy? Oh, darn it. So that is my session of holistic hacking. So I think I'm gonna do this like every day, because I gotta show the eyes that I don't know are watching me that I know how to handle this. Boonith, can you call me? Ouch! In like 15 minutes. Yeah, you gotta call me. We gotta talk. Anyways, I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you guys would like to contribute anything, oh my God, I might just have to do like DoorDash. I have to really think this through. Anyways, but I'm willing. I'm gonna basically have to pay people to help me for the next 2 weeks. I can't open the door. I can't go outside. It's okay though. The thing about this is, it's like detention. Let me just sit and think about what I did. And I think what I did was I just stepped out of the box and I wanted to test the waters. I'm being very blunt. I didn't believe the hype and I thought it was all bullshit and baloney. And look what came back. The truth. Now everybody has the truth. Now we all are on the same page. Now we all can validate something is legit. And it sucks that it's always like one big personality who's always getting himself into trouble. But I have no regrets. 0 regrets. I'm just very grateful. Yeah, I just think that like my mom, oh my gosh, you guys, it was so hard. That was hard. I didn't want her to be detrimented. But I'll call her right now too. But I feel much, much, much better. If you guys are about to let me go, just know that I had a Himalayan salt. I have a salt lamp, but I took the bulb out, so it's just the Himalayan. This actually is next to the TV. I just feel like the ions that come out of the infrared from the TV, kind of like how you see the light reflecting on me on my head right here. So in my imagination, I just think that like, oh, well, if I sleep with this thing next to me, my own heat, my own body would calcify this item, and this item would basically help me purify myself. If that makes any sense at all. Girl, I just did a meditation. I know, this is spiritual warfare, though. That's what I think it is. It was like, they had nothing to do with engaging of people. It had nothing to do with what I did that I should feel. This is what the world makes you feel like. You should be ashamed of yourself because this is what you did. And that's where I had to grieve, and I just like died to that. I just said, bye, bye-bye. Because I can't go back to that place of, nope. And then I certainly can't go through my phone book and go, oh, Fran from 2 months ago, person next to me at the it's just like, you can go psycho, like sadistic if you just think about it all, like how many people. But I know for a fact, 100%, it could have been the tap water that I've been putting in my tea. Oh God, look. They shining the light on my... Oh, discrimination. I'm gonna have to tune that out, you guys. I'm gonna have to go cry over that one because it's like now everything's gonna be looking at me, and that is what I just did not want. Ugh. But anyways, the other thing was, you guys gotta be careful of these things. Seeing that I literally used this yesterday, and I just broke 3 sweats. I'm fever free. I can no longer use this because I will reinfect myself. I just thought of that right now. So I will just keep the floodgates open on this because I guess I want to help move everybody into a better space, better clarity. You know, there's no THC, but the CBD oil really did help collect everything. So I'm not even coughing. And that's what I like about the hemp oil, CBD. I'm not sneezing, I'm not coughing. And so I actually can take the resin of that oil from the hemp. I can smudge it on my nose. And so all of my mucous membranes will be responding to the CBD. It will go to the CBD. The ghetto bird's coming back. I better go. Turn off my lights. Oh, and the last thing that you guys need to recall is... when you're at the store and you touch stuff, really, really make sure that you wash your hands prior to touching yourself or going back home, or don't put this next to your face because someone else already did before you did. Even candles, like we grab candles, right? And we go, ooh. So someone could have had the C word and touched this. So anyways, I really need to figure out, I have to put a note outside that tells people, please don't take the things on my porch because people are, I don't know. This is just gonna be hard. I need to talk to people. You guys need to really, really help. Because I hear somebody washing outside on my porch. This is just a shame. Anyway, I gotta go. Bye.